Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on a betta tank for our local library. The librarian reached out to me to help build a fish tank. They didn't want an overly complicated aquascape, but something simple and easy to maintain for the betta. I'm starting off this build with an Aqua One Splish and Splash complete aquarium kit. This kit was provided to me by the librarian. This kit is the largest size in the range at 28 litres, with two smaller sizes at 21 and 14 litres. The kit comes with everything you need to start an aquarium. First to go in is a thin layer of Pisces sugar white aquarium sand. This layer isn't going to be too thick because no plants are going to be planted in the sand. I evenly spread the sand across the bottom of the tank. The librarian wanted a nice bright sand to make the tank feel bright and inviting to look at. White sand was a perfect choice, creating a contrast with the plants and the hardscape that I'm going to use. Before I built the tank, I spoke to the librarian about the plants they wanted. They said as long as they are easy to grow and won't die. So I put together a creation before I left to build the aquarium. I'll show you what I did and used now. Alright everyone, we're going to start attaching the plants to the driftwood here. I've got a small piece of gold vine here as my driftwood and a nice Anubis here. This one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop them into the spot where I want. This is the orientation in the tank that I'm going to have it in. So in the back here is quite nice. So what I'm going to do is pop him there, and then we're going to grab some gel super glue, and I'm going to just temporarily stick him down so all the parts that he's touching, so like there. Around, make sure that's stuck, and then up in here, some parts where he's touching. Alright. Just like that. More glue back there just to hold him. I'm going to wait for that to dry just a little. Just like that. There we go. Now what we're going to do, I've also got some needle Java fern here, which is quite nice. So I feel like that would look quite good in that little spot just there. What we're going to do is going to get the super glue and just run a small piece just in there. I'm going to get myself a pair of tweezers, and we're just going to rest him in the super glue and just give it a few seconds to bond. Got to work quite fast so that the plants don't dry out. I've just got a small assortment of smaller needle Java ferns, so we're just going to pop those in little locations on this bit of driftwood here. So I feel like up in this little corner here, so we'll turn them around. So we're going to go a little bit of super glue just there like that. Go, just like that. Thinking of creating some interest up in this top corner here, since it's a sheer cut off. The wood has just been cut, so probably just going to add this bunched up. Ooh, can't really see what I'm doing here. Bunched up like that on the tip. So once again, add some super glue, and then get your plant, stick it on, give it a few seconds. Here we go. it does try and come off, just add a touch more super glue just to... I'm not adding a lot of super glue, but just enough to keep it held down until it decides to cling hold of the driftwood. There we go. So that's what we're looking like so far. I do have one more, but I'm not sure if I should put it on. If I should, maybe down here. But that is going to be buried in the sand a little bit. So maybe back behind would be nice. So I'm going to do that in this little recess just here. Just a small dab of super glue. Let the super glue up. And then drop the fern right into it. There we go. Just like that. I'm pretty happy with that little creation there. That's going to grow nicely upwards. That's going to grow nicely outwards as well. We want to have a little bit more security of the plants on here. We can add some twine, some cotton twine around the plant. I might do it just for the Anubis here, just so a little bit more peace of mind. So if the glue does come off, then the twine will keep it down. Get it around the leaves here. Just going to bring it around the front. I'm using green to blend it in with the plant. Go around this way as well. Get it through some of the leaves so they're holding on. Alrighty. And there's a little intersection just here. Not sure how well you can see that. There's a little intersection just there. So I'm going to get a dab super glue on that. And then I'm going to add just a piece of cotton tissue just to hold it in place. And then what we're going to do is get our fancy aquascaping scissors. Got these from my local aquarium. I have no idea what brand they are, but they're fantastic, nice and sharp. So we're just going to trim off the excess there. And that's how it's going to look in the tank, just like that. You can hardly see that cotton twine there, especially when the plants grow up. You're not going to see them at all. But yeah, that's it. So now we're just going to have to put it in the tank and orient it in the tank quite nicely. I'm going to place the driftwood in the center of the tank. That's where I want the focus to be. Next, I'm going to start placing some of the stones. In particular, I'm using Sirius stone. This stone is a nice grey colour and helps soften the transition between the white sand and the driftwood. I'm building up larger stones first to create a bit of height to tie the driftwood into the sand. Now I'm going to add some smaller pieces of stone around the base of the wood and around the larger stones to help tie the wood and large stones together. I didn't have an exact plan for the layout of this build, to be honest, but I was just going with what felt right in the moment. It took a little bit of time to get all the little pieces into the correct positions. I find the best thing you can do is just take your time, and if one thing doesn't go in the right spot, just move it and put it into the correct position. Eventually it will work out for you. I felt that the front of the tank of the hardscape was a bit lacking, so I decided to add some slightly larger stones to make it look cohesive. The filter that came with the kit is the Aqua 1 280 hang-on filter. It has black filter sponge to remove large particles and a carbon cartridge with a fine cotton layer to remove even the smallest particles. I'm going to place the filter at the back middle of the tank for its best efficiency. The filter can handle up to a 75 litre aquarium, so should be more than capable of filtering this tank. It also comes with a flow regulator, so you can choose how fast the water comes out of the filter, and if you have a fish that doesn't like fast moving water. I'm adjusting the small dial on the bottom of the filter to make it level, so water doesn't leak. I'm now adding a 50 watt heater, which is capable of heating a 30 litre tank. I lost the suction caps unfortunately, that help it stick to the walls, but I will find one and go back and install it. Now it's time to fill the tank up. Enjoy this time lapse, which I always find satisfying to watch. After the tank has been cycled, it's now time to introduce the Betta to his new home. The librarian wanted a blue Betta, which in my opinion provides a nice pop of colour. He doesn't have a name yet, so leave a comment if you have a good one. Also, let me know what else you'd like for me to do. If you enjoyed this build with me, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely day and see you in the next one.